staunch believer in nature's healing power, treated thousands of patients suffering from chronic ailments. Not only a healer, he is also a contributor and keen researcher. Representing India at the British Parliament. Working in collaboration and sharing ideas with global personalities at the British Parliament. Participation in 4th Svashtha International Conference on Ayurveda and Integrative Medicine at Middlesex University. Paper presentation at Middlesex University, London. Interactive TV program at World Ayurveda Congress 2018. Telecasted at famous TV channel Care World. Participation in the first International Ayush Expo at Dubai. Arogya 2017. The first international exhibition and conference on Ayush and wellness. Being felicitated at Ahmedabad for his valuable contribution to promote Ayurveda.
Creating new benchmarks. Participation in Interfix 2018, New York, USA. Participation in the 8th World Ayurveda Congress. Delivering a thought-provoking talk on depression at a conclave in Expo, California. Felicitated during Indo-American Wellness Conclave and Exhibition. Association with Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. Honoring Padma Shri, Shri Hans Rajhans, Member Parliament. Honoring Yoga Guru, Baba Ramdev, the co-founder of Patanjali Ayurveda. Felicitation by Dr. Anup Jain and sharing valuable thoughts at a Dhanwantri Jayanti Samaro, New Delhi. Speaker panelist on Ayurveda and Wellness Industry at Ayurveda Expo. Felicitation by Dr. Rajesh Kumar Singh at Ayurveda Expo. On air on CNN News 18. On air on Aaj Tak Tez. The most sought after panelist and educator on prominent international channels. Regular daily telecast of interactive show on international TV channel Juice Punjabi. Regular daily telecast of interactive show on national TV channel Disha TV. Dr. Navdeep Sharma, live, in Northeast on famous national TV channel on Times 24.
A very good evening, or rather I'll say good morning to everyone over there in India, and a good evening to everyone over here in US and Canada, and a welcome to all of you on this live interactive session of ours on the various kind of therapies that are involved for benefiting autistic children. And मोहम्मद इस्लाम जी, जैसा कि आपने चाहा है कि एस्थमा के लिए हिंदी में मेरा वीडियो जरूर आए, मैं डेफिनेटली एस्थमा में हिंदी का वीडियो भी जल्दी ही रिलीज करूंगा जी. So going ahead with autism and therapies which are currently available for autism, there are so many of them. Whenever the children, they come to us, they visit us, they are already undergoing so many therapies related to autism, like speech therapy is one of them, ABA is one of them, and then there can be behavior therapy. There are so many therapies, various kinds of psychotherapies like positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement. So many things are there for the children nowadays, specifically if they are having autism. And many a times the parents get confused on what kind of therapies to go for, whether a particular therapist is good for their children or not, which therapist to choose. So many questions come in the mind of parents, and most of them are pretty genuine. I'll be going towards the details of these therapies today, that what is the ideal time when these therapies are required, where we can go with Ayurveda single-handedly, where we require the help of therapies. All those things shall be discussed in today's videos with you. And there is a question coming our way, that is Nasyam good for autistic child? So what I would like to tell you over here is that Nasyam Now, what exactly is Nasyam? When I talk about Nasyam, Nasyam is a therapy where medicated oil is poured in a specific manner through the nostrils. And when I tell that Nasyam gives nourishment to the Shringatak marma of our body. Between the two eyes, there lies the Shringatak marm. And when we talk about Shringatak marm, it is considered to be the Swami of Gyanendris and Karmendris in our body. And if we can nourish our Shringatak marm through Nasya, it really increases the coordination between the left and the right, that is the conscious and the subconscious, and it really helps. But then we need to be very cautious when we are choosing the kinds of oils which are good, which are required for a particular child. Now that is something which is really very important to understand. Not all oils are suitable for everyone. That is why whenever you are giving Nasyam, it's always is advised that get the body type analysis done for your child. And if we talk about body type analysis, we are doing it absolutely free of cost for our patients, and even for those who are not our patients, you can regularly reach us out for the same. And once you know the body type, then one of the doctors can advise which kind of oil is more suitable for Nasyam for your child. So coming back to the therapies which are available for the child, see, when we talk about autistic children who come to us for various kinds of treatments, the age of those children, that ranges from 1.5 years to approximately 15 years. There are children who come to us at even older ages, after 15 years also, but I am talking about the age of maximum of them. From 1.5 to 15 years, there are so many patients of this age, so many children of this age. I will not call them patients. So many children of this age group, they come to us for treatment. Now, if we talk about a child whose age is less than 3 years, and the child comes to us for a treatment. Now, if we think about a normal child, a child who is not autistic, at the age of 3 years, generally the child is not going to school. Majority of the children, when they will be at the age of 2 years, 2.5 years, and even up to 3 years, they are learning everything from the world around them. They are not at all relying on artificial kind of training, education, which is required in children who are older in age from them. And that's why if a child comes to us at a very young age, say at the age of 2 years, 2.5 years, at any such age, when the child comes to us and the child is diagnosed with autism, or if the child is diagnosed with autism by our experts, at that age, even if proper herbs are given, herbal supplements are given to the child, and no specific kind of education is given, no special education, but instead of that, the parents start taking advice, guidance, training under a special educator, and they become the special educators of their child, the child will learn much quicker than what is trained by a trained therapist. Because if the child at a young age, at a pretty young age, is made to go to a special education center, when I am saying pretty young age, it's below 3 years of age. After 3 years of age, I am of a view that yes, the child should visit a center. But I am currently talking for a child who is less than 3 years of age. There, the parents need to be going to the special education center to learn it from the doctors over there, the therapists over there, that how they need to interact with their child. And this needs to be done in a synergism with the kind of herbs which we are guiding for the child and the kind of diet which we are guiding for the child. That really works wonders. And that's what I always advise to parents, that if your child is pretty young in age, less than 3 years, first step towards the improvement, the treatment of the child is the acceptance that yes, the child is having autistic symptoms. Many a times the parents will spend so much of their valuable time in deciding, in accepting that yes, their child has some problem. So as a result of that, valuable time is lost, which I always advise that we should not let that valuable time go wasted. I'll be coming back to this topic, but not before I am going ahead with LBG's question. There was ID LBG, and you are asking for a patient who is at the age of 8 years, a child who is at the age of, please forgive me whenever I use the word patient, a child who is at the age of 8 years or 9 years, and the child is hyperactive. Now it becomes all the more important that rather than going for those sedating kind of medications which are advised to the child at this age in allopathy, there are herbs which can really help the child out. There are so many herbs which Mother Nature has blessed us with. And those herbs, without sedating your child, can bring the hyperactivity down to a great extent. And if we talk about ourselves, we have blended those herbs in a very nice syrup, which and syrup, capsule, granules in all forms that is available. And the name of that wonderful product is Breno R. I'll check it out with my team. If Breno R is available over here right now, I would like my team to be showing Breno R to you so that you know what exactly is Breno R. And when I talk about Breno R, now the value, the specialty of Breno R lies in the fact that it is a syrup which will not sedate the child just like any other sedative. It's not a sedative. It again is a brain nourishing herbal combination. And when I talk about a brain nourishing herbal combination, that is Breno R. The best part of Breno R is that it contains Ayurvedic Sangya Stapan herbs in it. And those Sangya Stapan herbs which are available in Breno R, those empower the subconscious mind. So that now the subconscious mind is working in a far better way, and since the subconscious mind is a soothing kind of mind, it is a calming kind of mind. As a result of that, once this Breno R is utilized in the child, we will see that now the child has less hyperactivity, and at the same time the child is not at all sedated. So that is how we proceed about controlling the hyperactivity in a child who is at a far higher age group and is now more physically strong, so that the hyperactivity of the child can harm others around the child. So I hope that gives the exact reply of your question, sir. And moving ahead with the therapies, I just talked about the fact that below a age of 3 years, if someone is taking treatment under my protocols, I always advise that the parents need to be trained, the grandparents can be trained, the elder brothers, sisters, or anyone who is in close vicinity to the child, who is staying with the child, whose interactions affect the child, needs to be trained. Because if at that tender age we start training a child in a artificial and a conditioned environment, I won't say it will not help at all, but then that is needless. A child at such a young age will start learning from the environment around the child. The only support that the child requires is that the conscious and the subconscious mind needs to be coordinating in a better way. And now, if the age of the child is above 3 years, now comes role of each and everything. If the child is between 3 years to 4 years, and the child is not very hyperactive, you can directly go for a speech therapy in the child. But again, the coordination between the conscious and the subconscious needs to be improved. And that is done very nicely with the right kind of usage of herbs, which we always guide the children. And once the interaction between the coordination and interaction between conscious and subconscious is improved merely by a few sessions of speech therapy and by the interaction of parents in such a way where the parents make the child feel that, see, we are not understanding your sign language. If you want us to give you something, you need to be speaking. So the parents need to be a bit strict with the child if they really want their child to speak at that age. Many a times we get parents, we give them treatment to the child is now much more better coordinated between the conscious and subconscious, but the parents do not become a bit of strict also with the child. That is where the parents go wrong. With the best of speech therapy, with the best of herbs, if the parents are too lenient, or there are others around the child who are too lenient, and they continue understanding the sign language of the child, they in fact are reinforcing a behavior in the child which they do not want to be reinforced. They want their child to speak. They need to be reinforcing the speech of their child. Coming further, now if the child is 5 years of age, 6 years of age, 7 years of age, now this is an age where the child starts gaining strength. And the child now wants to express a lot of things to the world around the child. But when the child fails to do so, the child becomes irritated. So that is the age where many parents complain that our child has started becoming hyperactive. Now, that hyperactivity part generally starts creeping in at this age. So, if a treatment is started from our end for the child at this age, we are empowering the subconscious mind, which is controlling the hyperactivity. It also becomes important that if no kind of speech therapy, ABA, or special education of any kind has ever been imparted to the child, this is the age where we first need to start with ABA. That is very important. Applied behavior application is something which is required firstly, and then only the child will start responding to the speech therapist. Many a times the parents, they commit a mistake over here, and sorry to say, but many psychotherapists also, I do not go in accordance with what they guide at this time. ABA and speech therapy should not be started simultaneously in such a child. It should be ABA first, and after a few months, when the ABA starts giving good results with the usage of herbs that we are giving to the child, now we can start with the speech therapy. So, see how nicely the therapies need to be planned. Even with the best kind of therapists available around the globe, if we are not choosing the right kind of therapy for our child at the right time, it gives less results. I won't say will not give results. Even if you are not going for any therapy in your child and you are giving the herbs, or if you are not going for plant therapies in your child and you are giving any kind of therapies to your child, the child will always show some signs of improvement. But see, we do not want the child to be partially improving. We want autism to become a temporary phase in the life of our child. We want our child to come completely out of autism. And for that to happen, it is very important that all those therapies are planned in a proper way. And now coming to a child who goes above a age of 6 or 7 years. And now at that stage, the child comes to us for treatment. What kind of therapies are good for the child at that age? Many a times the parents will make a mistake at that time, that the parents will go for speech therapy at the age of 8 years, at the age of 9 years. They will carry on with the speech therapy at that stage also. If we are carrying on with the speech therapy at that age, It may lead to further hyperactivity in your child. The right kind of therapy at that age which needs to be carried out is ABA, because again at the age of 8, 9, 10 years, the speech therapist of your child, the best speech therapist of your child can be the people around your child, the people who are interacting with your child, those around him who interact on a daily basis are the real speech therapists. Because if those people will carry on accepting the sign language of the child, in that case, unluckily, the non-speaking module of the child and the sign language of the child will become reinforced and the child will not speak. So rather than focusing at that time on providing a speech therapy to the child at the age of 8, 9 years, it becomes more important to take a collective session from a speech therapist on the behalf of parents and friends, where the child is now interacting with all those around him under the guidelines of a speech therapist, but he's not taking a direct speech therapist. It's a indirect kind of speech therapy that is being given to the child. The right kind of therapy that is required at that time is psychotherapy sessions, ABA, behavior therapy. And if the child is showing some signs of understanding and learning, and the child is above 10 years of age, then pranic healing can also be tried in certain cases. Good morning, Sumit. A very good morning to you. Vishnu thanks a lot for the encouraging words. All of you who join us from all parts of the globe really give a lot of encouragement. These appreciating words really matter a lot for me. And that was something about the therapies. But during all those therapies that are being done for the child, the usage of right kind of herbs is very important. The doctor who is giving treatment to the child should be knowing what is conscious, what is subconscious, what is superconscious. He should be knowing everything. And the right kind of herbs need to be used at all time. Otherwise, what will happen is that you will develop a perspective for the herbs that the herbs do not work. But honestly speaking, the herbs, they always work if they are used in the right way by someone who is expert in using those herbs. So my genuine request to all of you is, see, autism definitely can become a temporary phase in your child's life. But it becomes very important for you as parents to be giving time to your child, to be choosing the right kind of treatment for your child, and even when you have chosen the treatment, sticking with that treatment, discussing the problems being faced, because many times what I see is parents will start an Ayurvedic treatment and they will expect miracles overnight happening for them. My friends, for all of you in all parts of the globe, autism requires dedication. Dedication on the behalf of parents to bring the children out of autism. There are cases where the results may be evident very quickly, and there are cases where the results may take a longer time, because autism can be mild, autism can be moderate, autism can be severe. Again, you may be very late in reaching out a doctor, you may have reached the doctor at the right time, you may have reached the doctor at any age. Again, the circumstances around the child decide a lot. Whether everyone in the family is cooperative, educated, and following what we are guiding in perspective of the interaction with the child, or there are some loopholes and not all are following those things. So many factors. Keeping all those factors in mind also, the child does show signs of improvement in most cases. But yes, the speed varies from a child to child. So if you have chosen the right kind of treatment, please do stick with the treatment. It may be from us. It may be from someone whom you feel that yes, this is the right person where I want to get my child treated from. Decide the doctor, choose the doctor very carefully and cautiously. But once you have chosen it, the doctor, stick with the doctor. अतोंदास जी गुड मॉर्निंग एंड सुमित जी बिल्कुल हिंदी में भी आपको वीडियोस मिल पाएंगे जी। मेरे बहुत से वीडियोस ऑटिज़म के हिंदी में हैं, बट जनरली जब मैं इंडिया में रहता हूं, जब मैं इंडिया आता हूं, एटलीस्ट वंस इन 3 मंथ्स मेरी कोशिश रहती है कि मैं इंडिया आऊं, एंड एट दैट टाइम मेरे वीडियोस मैक्सिमम आपको हिंदी में मिलेंगे। परिमिता जी, यू हैव रिटन दैट कैन माइल्ड ऑटिज्म बी क्योर्ड फॉर 3.5 years old? My answer is in most cases the answer is yes, because mild autism, the age 3.5 again is a very genuine age to be starting the treatment. So in most cases, if the parents follow the things, it is a right age where a child can be brought out of autism. But yes, definitely we are at a borderline age where the child will soon require special education. After age of 3.5-4 years, it's an age where the special education has to be added along with that treatment. And yes, your child can come out of the disease, do not worry. And there is a district administration office question that Rajshri is my coordinator, and today we have to connect. I am Kavya Nandi, Chaudhary's parents. Ma'am, what I can commit over here is you can share Kavya's videos with us. Do not hesitate in that. I always advise the parents that in most of the cases, the videos of the child give us a due, you can say, look into what exactly are the needs of the child. So while you discuss everything with Rajpreet, do ensure that you need to be sharing the videos of the child so that those can be analyzed by our expert team of doctors. For all kind of correspondence, you are having our helpline numbers on your screen. My request to you, ma'am, in case of Kavya also, please ensure that the videos are shared on our helpline numbers rather than sharing on any particular coordinator's number. You can share it additionally to any coordinator, but do not forget to share the videos on the helpline numbers. And yes, we definitely shall be ensuring that your daughter improves as far as your expectations are concerned. So for all of you who joined me today, it's getting late at my end now. It's about to be 11:15 over here, so I will be taking a break from all of you. Thank you all for joining us today in this live session. I'll try joining as frequently as possible so that the maximum questions which are there in your mind can be answered. सभी मेरे भारतीय भाइयों को, बहनों को, भारत से जुड़े मेरे सारे व्यूअर्स को मेरा नमस्कार। आप सभी लोग हृष्ट पुष्ट रहें। धन्यवाद।
Redefining Ayurvedic excellence. Dr. Navdeep Sharma, a true Ayurvedist and a staunch believer in nature's healing power, treated thousands of patients suffering from chronic ailments. Not only a healer, he is also a contributor and keen researcher. Representing India at the British Parliament. Working in collaboration and sharing ideas with global personalities at the British Parliament. Participation in 4th Svashtha International Conference on Ayurveda and Integrative Medicine at Middlesex University. Paper presentation at Middlesex University, London. Interactive TV program at World Ayurveda Congress 2018. Telecasted at famous TV channel Care World. Participation in the first International Ayush Expo at Dubai. Arogya 2017. The first international exhibition and conference on Ayush and wellness. Being felicitated at Ahmedabad for his valuable contribution to promote Ayurveda.
Creating new benchmarks. Participation in Interfix 2018, New York, USA. Participation in the 8th World Ayurveda Congress. Delivering a thought-provoking talk on depression at a conclave in Expo, California. Felicitated during Indo-American Wellness Conclave and Exhibition. Association with Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. Honoring Padma Shri, Shri Hans Ratans, Member Parliament. Honoring Yoga Guru, Baba Ramdev, the co-founder of Patanjali Ayurveda. Felicitation by Dr. Anup Jain and sharing valuable thoughts at a Dhanwantri Jayanti Samaro, New Delhi. Speaker panelist on Ayurveda and Wellness Industry at Aeryoga Expo. Felicitation by Dr. Rajesh Kumar Singh at Aeryoga Expo. On air on CNN News 18. On air on Aaj Tak Tez. The most sought-after panelist and educator on prominent international channels. Regular daily telecast of interactive show on international TV channel Juice Punjabi. Regular daily telecast of interactive show on national TV channel Disha TV. Dr. Navdeep Sharma, live, in Northeast on famous national TV channel on Times 24. Newspaper accolades. Indian-Tibetan Therapeutic Exchange Camp 2007. Ayurvedic Camp. Holding regular philanthropic free health checkup campaigns. Regular Ayurvedic shivers. Organization of yoga camps in various parts of the country. YND Karnaragam Private Limited. We provide research-based treatment in all sorts of chronic ailments. My promise to patients. My beliefs. Academic credentials. Our media associates. Certificates of qualifications. Welcome to ND Karnaragam Panchkarma Center. Another indoor wing of naturopathy and Panchkarma. Now operational under the able guidance of Dr. Navdeep Sharma. Amalgam Group of companies. Number of patients treated. The only company to cover all verticals on a global scale. Our products. Compliance to all government regulations. Our national presence. Our global presence. Modern style interactive and very popular mobile apps. Support through YouTube Live.
I met Dr. Navdeep Sharma and it changed my life.
I met Dr. Navdeep Sharma and he has changed my life.
Follow us at Contact us.